are the remaining founding members of TheShallowsouls.
TheShallowsouls began way back in March 2004.
I joined the band in May of that year. I was the last founding member to be recruited. Before me we had a rhythm guitarist named Trevor Faramond and a drummer called Mike Brown. I was drafted in to fill the remaining position in the band. At that point Adam was just doing vocals for the band, whereas now he's taken on the rhythm guitar position as well. Struggles to do the both. At least he's got an excuse for sounding shit.
I'm here.
Always nice to have the support of your fellow band members, don't you? Yeah, like the band pretty much kicked off there and then. It came together pretty quick. I would say within the space of 2 months there was a full unit. The only element missing really was the lead guitarist, and that was basically the band's problem for the next couple of years, was finding a lead guitarist that could try and pull off what, even back then, what the band wanted to be.
He never was able to get a lead guitarist who, when the song needed to be reined in a little and have a much more relaxed, sort of more of a melody line as opposed to a frantic solo, we can never find a guitarist.
The style of the band is built on an old school sort of metal.
Very much a blues influenced metal. It's got a very strong element of the old 70s blues influence that came in on a lot of the what are now termed rock bands as opposed to metal bands. But we've sort of taken that on into the feel of the 80s bands, with where everything became a lot more what people associate with being heavy metal.
Commercial sound and more of an underground sound.
Very much the gothic metal, as it's been dubbed. Inevitably, as soon as you mention gothic metal, people think of the modern gothic bands like Nightwish and all that. We're harking back to the early gothic as it was originally defined, based on the Paradise Lost album of the same name. It's very much that, very angst.
More emotionally driven than it is anything else.
Lyrically, the band drives a lot of doom metal influence into the lyrics and the vocals, even though the music itself isn't what is traditionally associated as being doom metal. Musically, it's far more a traditional heavy metal. Musical and lyrical theme of the band is the shallow nature of man. A lot of the hypocrisy and bigotry that goes on in the world, and how petty people can be.
Basically, the band is almost like
a mirror to the world. It doesn't really push itself into any defined category. It's not thrash, it's not power metal, it's just straightforward heavy metal, but with a lot of thoughtful, emotional lyrics, rather than just being about any old thing. We've just finished earlier today working on 2 demo tracks for the MySpace, which are a sort of taster for what's going to be put forward on the album next year.
We hope that with the music that eventually will present itself on the band's website. We were trying to create a bit of light and shade with the music, so we hope with the 2 songs that are on there, they deliver that.
We picked the 2 songs that we recorded so that we could put forward the best view of what TheShallowsouls is all about. You've got Within, which is one of our more thrash-based songs. It's quite fast, quite intense, but still shows a lot of the light and dark element of what the band is focused on, with the acoustic elements within the middle of the song. And then The Sin is a far more progressive involved song with plenty of build up through the song, basically telling a story as opposed to just your typical verse chorus type structures.
I think that the particular two songs that we have chosen won't disappoint anybody new that's interested in the band, or even people that have been in the band since 2004. We got a lot of ideas, a lot of plans that we want to put into effect. It's always been a problem as far as finding the right people. A lot of people come on board, they say they're into music, and they're not really into the music. And we're pretty confident this time around that people we got at the moment are solid. Plans for the future. Let's hope 2011 is a lot better than 2010.